Thank you very much. Welcome to the fourth session. It's the fourth one. We've been busy today. The fourth session of the current review, episode number 8. I am still with my brother, Tebogo Kotsi from the Unsaid Podcast. My name is Thamsanqa Tu from the TT Hookup. We are now, for this session, being joined by Councillor Saal De Jager. He is going to be talking to us about the problems that we've all become so concerned and accustomed to in Ngwathe, especially the water problems in Ngwathe. Councillor, welcome first of all, and I just want you to touch on whether or not the water problems that the residents of Parys are experiencing, is it just in Parys or is it the problem throughout the 5 towns of Ngwathe?
Well, luckily, as you know, you mentioned the 5 towns. In Heilbron, we are getting our water from Randwater. So there the experience is not that bad. From time to time, there are broken pipes and so on. But in Parys and Skonkenville and Tumohole, things are the worst. As you know, Edenville is also a problem. We are busy building a pipeline to connect them with Koppies. But then Koppies has got its own problems with not enough water as well. A big construction has taken place there, and it's not improved the water at all. So there's also a big problem in Koppies. Vredefort has also been struggling with water for years, either broken pumps or bad quality of water. So yes, it's basically in all 5 towns except Heilbron.
Councillor, tell me something. What is causing all these major water problems in your district?
Okay, I would say it's basically the most important thing is lack of maintenance and lack of commitment from our leaders. We have been asking for months, years, that things need to be taken seriously and fixed when things are broken. And it's just not taking place.
But is it something? Sorry, Tim.
So it's basically maintenance problems, and I suppose these maintenance problems will keep to to schedules of maintenance. And in your opening statement, I heard you refer to the pipeline being connected from Koppies in order to feed the water into Edenville. Yet there isn't enough water still in Koppies. What is the logic of actually doing that when getting water from a source which doesn't have enough to feed into one which doesn't have at all?
It's one of the problems. I mean, we should do our planning correctly. Why didn't they first fix the plant and make sure that we generate enough water at the plant and then build the pipeline? Now it's like putting the cart in front of the horse.
But aren't those things approved by council itself?
No, there's no improvement there. That plant's supposed to generate about 7 megaliters, and they are scheduling pump times they are closing the water to the residents during the day and only opening it up during nighttime to allow them to get water, and still people don't get clean and enough water in Koppies.
Sorry, Tim. So they close the water during the day and open it up. So during the day when there's no water, how do the residents of Ngwathe get water in that situation?
Okay, we're now back in Parys or Ngwathe. Which town do you want me to talk about? Can I talk about Parys?
Talk about Parys, yeah. Let's talk about Parys.
All right, in Parys, they do not do that. What they do is that they've got times that they pump to different areas, and then they would close valves to certain areas so that other areas can get water that hasn't had water for a long time. Now that helps, but there's a big communication problem sometimes, like there's a break on one pipeline, and everybody thinks that they're going to get water, but it's not communicated to the public that there was a break in the pipeline, and then people are waiting for water, then they don't get water at all. So that's one of the biggest problems. There's no communication happening in Parys. So yeah, then people suffer a lot, and when they get water, they get dirty water, or they get no water at all. We make far less water than we're supposed to make.
Yeah. But you guys are now on I suppose, on a process to rectify all these problems. You are implementing a 66 million rands worth project to refurbish the water plant. Do you foresee this this project actually improving the water situation in Parys?
Well, I certainly hope so. 66 million is a lot of money. Some money went to the consultants, so there's about 61 million left. But I can do a lot of things with 61 million. What worries me is the previous contract was close to 20 million. It was half concluded, and it didn't help us in any case. We didn't get more water. In fact, everything that was done now has to be redone by the current contractor that has started about 2 weeks ago.
So the implementation has started of the program, and how long do you think it will take? Or how long have you planned for this program to be completed?
The time that they've given to the contract is 18 months, which the first phase is 8 months. And we hope that they will start with the things first to improve the water quality and quantity first. Like, I mean, there's always things that you can do to improve the water, the amount of water first, and then do other things. Like, for example, like there are currently some sand beds that are empty. The sand has been taken out by a previous contractor and just left like that. So I would say the best thing to do now is for this contractor to start with those beds, fill them with sand, and then proceed by emptying the other sand beds. But I must say I'm very disappointed. This week, that has not happened. Another subcontractor has started emptying a sand bed that was full of sand, or had sand in, that we could at least purify some water. So this resulted in this current weekend, people not having water. And at things this weekend and over weekends, we are so busy with visitors visiting Parys and the area. So it was really bad. People are left with a bad taste in their mouth when they come and visit us as a town.
Councillor,
over the 8 months or 18 months of implementation of the project itself, will people have water in their taps though? You know, or is it going to be taps dry until the end of the implementation of the project itself?
No, look, the plant is supposed to, about 7 years ago, we did a survey, and the guys came up, the consultants came up, that we need 25 megaliters for the amount of people in Tumohole, Parys, and Skonkenville. And we added a new plant that gave us an extra 10 megaliters, and it was working fine. We had a wonderful water situation for about 3 years, and then that plant started breaking down, and they opted not to let it fixed by the contractor. They said that they will do it themselves, and now that plant is completely standing like a white elephant there, not producing water at all. And the existing old plant, where that was producing 15 megaliters, are now only producing about 5 or 6 megaliters a day. And that's the problem. You have to now share the water between Tebogo, Parys, and Skonkenville, and nobody is satisfied. And whenever people has got water, they use it. They don't think about other people in areas higher up that hasn't got water at all. What we should actually have done a long time ago is put in water restrictions so that people can only use it for household, not for gardens. And somebody that's using it for a garden is using 5,000, 10,000 liters a day, where if he was not allowed to do it, he could have got away with 250 to 500 liters of water.
So, Councillor, tell me something. Is the Department of COPTA, are they aware of the situation, and is there any response from them in terms of what's happening in your municipality?
They are aware of it. But to me, it feels that it's only lip talk. I mean, the minister was also here a couple of months ago. He said the Parys water purification plant is a crime scene. And we know that, but nothing is happening. So it's very frustrating being part of the opposition, and you can't do anything about decisions and actions being taken in Ngwathe.
In the technical department of the municipality, do you think you've got the correct people in those positions? We understand that you have a concern around the director for technical services there. Is that perhaps maybe also the problem?
Yeah, look, I think Mr. Malunga is a wonderful person. I like him. We get along fine. But I don't think he's got the qualification. The guy is a quantity surveyor. And I think what this municipality needs is somebody with a proper knowledge about water and also electricity as a technical director. We, as the DA, has warned them. We told them it is not the right appointment. We even found other municipalities, and they said they will never appoint somebody with a qualification in quantity surveyor as a director of a municipality. But it happened against our advice, and now we sit with the problem.
And Councillor, with the lack of support from during this crisis, it has led to the residents seeking assistance from the farmers. So how does the municipality hold accountability for this action necessary, especially when it comes to the support for the community?
Well, that's part of the problem. We haven't got accountability in this municipality. Nothing happens. If you don't do your work, you will not be disciplined about it. In fact, we've seen so many times that if somebody doesn't do his work, he gets transferred to another department or to another area, and even so, he might get a promotion as well. So we are very glad that the farmers helped us, but it's not a sustainable thing. They can't keep on doing it. They've also got their own work to do.
Yeah. Councillor, you yourselves have been voted for by the people in order to help them to keep the municipality accountable and to give services and so on. But right now you sound very, very hopeless. What what are you going to say to the people that have voted for you to give them some hope that soon enough they'll also have water coming through their taps?
To you, every day I get questions and blaming me as a councillor for not having water or electricity in Ngwathe. But what can I do? I can just explain to the people that I will report it. I will try my best to persuade the people to do have more effectiveness on their side. But if it doesn't happen, you can't do much more than that. The only thing that can change that is next year at the voting station.
So you think the only thing that will change the situation is change the political roles, removing one politician from their seat to another. But for me, it seems that the problem is not necessarily only politics, but it is the administration itself. Isn't that where the problem is? That you may change one face for the other in terms of the political leadership roles, but if the administration is the same, you will still have the similar problems.
I think that's the crux of the whole story. If this was a DA-run municipality, it wouldn't have been like it is now. I mean, the proof is in the pudding. You go and see what's happening in the Western Cape, in Midvaal. Things are not like this. And I mean, constantly, places where the DA are the leaders, things are better. So why aren't things better where the ANC also leads? And it can be better. There are people in the ANC government and even on local government that are good leaders, but something's wrong. People don't get the support that they're supposed to get, and I think politics are playing too big a part in local government. If we can take politics out of local government, things will work like a business, and we will all be happy.
The municipality currently lacks a permanent municipal manager, community services director, CFO, corporate services director, and the technical director is currently suspended. How do you propose changing that situation and actually filling those very critical positions? And how will this resolve the water supply problems?
Well, that's contributing to the problem in a great way, because I mean, Ngwathe is like Hollywood. We've got actors in all posts here, and it shouldn't be like this. I mean, somebody that's been sent from Kopta to come and help us here, and he knows he's only going to be here for 3 months. What real influence can he have on a town like Parys or Ngwathe in its broader sense? He just finds his feet, and then another person is in his place. I mean, like we've had with our directors. Our current municipal manager that Kopta has sent us, he tries to help, but it's now his second 3 months, so he'll only be here until the end of December. And what worries me is, why does it take us so long to fill these positions? It's like nobody wants to work for Ngwathe anymore, and maybe it's because of the politics. Maybe people know that they want to make a change here, but they won't be allowed to change because of the politics.
You haven't had a permanent municipal manager for over a year. In that time, have you not advertised? How many times have you advertised, and have you not been getting applications for those advertised posts?
Well, that's another part of the problem. We recently, and also the opposition, Mr. Councillor Philip van der Merwe, objected to the current selection process and says, please, let's change it. Let's bring in somebody else from the DA or the Vryheidsfront as well, and see whether we can't get better people to be employed by the municipality, because they keep on employing people that can't do the job. And to me, as a businessman,
what was that suggestion? What, changing the selection panel itself?
I missed that. I missed that to you.
I'm saying, what was the proposal from Mr. van der Merwe? Was it changing the selection panel such that it includes members of the opposition
exactly
bench?
Exactly. There's 5 persons on the panel. The first one is the executive mayor, and then another person from the ANC, and then Kopta, and I think the last, and then and then somebody from a province as well. So the problem is that people are being employed that can't do the work. And look, we've had some directors in the past, in my mind, that was doing a very good job, and they were all pushed out by existing leaders of the ANC in Ngwathe, and that worries me. So how do you get a new person in to come and lead us if he knows he's going to be controlled by the existing politics that's happening in Ngwathe? There are definitely two fronts of in the ANC, and that complicates the whole issue.
The DA has submitted questions to the MEC for COGTA, Mr. Tebogo Kotsi, regarding the vacancies and the obstacles in the current Department of Water and Sanitation. Can you share any updates on the progress of these inquiries and the steps you will take to put pressure on the provincial department to intervene?
Yeah, look, all we can do is we must keep on trying, ask the right questions, and make them accountable. Because luckily, in this country of ours, we still have the ability of a free speech, and people know what's wrong and people know what's right. And if we keep on asking the right questions and be audible and do our oversight, we can change this. Can you just imagine how it would have been if we were not there, if the opposition in South Africa were not there? Things would have been very bad.
Councillor
So
Saal,
you have not received any responses from COGTA regarding the questions that you sent them before you take it for conclusion, Debsa?
Yeah, look, they are trying, but it's not working.
Okay.
So I take it that there's no response completely from COGTA.
You know what? It's a difficult question, because I think there are also persons in COGTA that will be able to solve this problem. But COGTA is sitting very far away from here. They're sending people here. Those people do not know what's happening here. When they get here, they are thrown into the bee's nest, and they are fighting for their lives. It's either you're getting liked by some of the political people here or not. So I think they're trying their best.
It's a tricky one. Well, Councillor Saal, in closing, what message do you have for the residents of Ngwathe who are currently facing this dire water crisis? And what will you ensure? How will you ensure that their frustrations is being addressed, and that their voices are heard, especially with the upcoming elections in the 2024?
Yeah, Tebogo, I think in closing, that's a very important thing to answer. We will just keep on doing what we are doing. We will keep on telling the people what's happening. People are very frustrated when there's no communication from us as councillors. It is very difficult to do that, but we are trying our best. And all we can do is tell people that if they vote right next year, things can change. It's a start, and it's just a pity that the ANC, in 30 years that they've governed, couldn't change the whole country, because as I say, I think politics is playing a bigger part. So we've got wonderful people in Parys. We've got people that could have helped us a long time ago in the water plant with experience, but it was not accepted. So at this stage, we are just pushing for better quality work, and we're doing our oversight.
Before we let you go, you are hoping that people vote right in the 2024 provincial and national government elections. But that is not the sphere of government that can bring actual changes in Ngwathe. The actual election that may have that effect will be in 2026. Are we not just fishing?
No, you're right. It's still a long time to 26.
For things that are not going to make changes.
So that battle we have to fight.
Okay. Thank you very much,
Councillor. Support from the
Saal.
top.
Thank you very much, Councillor
Thank you
Saal,
to you.
Appreciate the time that you have given us. And good luck with all your endeavors. And I must say that this discussion with you did not give me hope, or hope for the citizens of Ngwathe that their situation will improve anytime soon. But let's hope that the work that you're putting in, the pressure that you're putting in, the lobby that you guys are making will definitely reach the right ears, such that the correct expertise are being deployed to bring about change sooner rather than later.
Thank you to you. I appreciate that. And also thanks for what Central News is doing, keeping residents informed. You guys are playing a very important part of our community.
We thank you. That was Councillor Saal De Jager of the DA in Ngwathe Local Municipality. My name is Thamsanqa Tu of the TT Hookup and Central News. I am with my brother Tebogo Kotsi of the Unsaid Podcast. Tebza, when do you broadcast? When do you see your podcast? For those of us who do not know where to find it.
It's on YouTube. You can catch it live on YouTube. You just search for the Unsaid SA. And yeah, you'll catch it there. We've got a couple of episodes that we'll be uploading in the next coming few weeks, especially 2. Very interesting. And yeah, I can't say much. Just go to my YouTube channel.
Thank you very much. We're out. Thank you, Councillor Saal. Thank you, Tebza. We are out, and then we'll be back again, I think, with the last session with the Free State Music Association. We tried doing it with them earlier on, but we were not very lucky because of the reception from their side. Let's see what